Good morning, my friends. This is Manny Rodriguez with Deep True Crime. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Hope you're having your favorite coffee or your tea or whatever it is you like to start your day off with. Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime, where we explore what cases are going on out there or what has been solved. My whole goal in running this show is to help you keep updated on the things that you need to know about your surroundings, what's going on around you, because at the end of the day, you never know who you can trust, right? And so when you're following these type of stories, it helps you stay on top of what it is that you may want to keep on top of. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, my friends. The next story I want to cover is teens killed teacher. You might have been hearing about this story, or maybe not, but two Iowa teens, one of them confessed on social media about killing the Spanish teacher. I mean, don't people realize this stuff gets out? Other people are going to talk. Why do they think they're going to get away with this stuff? I yet to understand this. I still do not understand this. And so you have two teens that are charged with murdering the Spanish teacher after allegedly admitting it on social media. So two 16-year-old Iowa schoolboys have been charged with murdering their Spanish teacher. And one of them were bragging about it on social media. And this is according to the criminal complaint. And it's like, obviously they're kids, right? And truth is, at first you would think that, maybe they just said this for attention. Maybe they just said this for attention. But the body of Fairfield High School teacher Nohema Graber, rest in peace, Nohema Graber. She was only 66 years old, still had a lot of life left in her. She was found dumped in a park earlier this week. And this was hours after she was reported missing. And her body had been hidden under a tarp, wheelbarrow, and railroad ties. And it appeared that she had been killed by trauma to the head. Rest in peace, Nohema. Rest in peace. Two of her students, Willard Miller and Jeremy Goodale, have been charged with first-degree murder as well as conspiracy to commit a forcible felony, as records are now showing. And so this is Nohema. Rest in peace, Nohema. Taken way too soon. Still young, still 66 years old. She's starting around the curve of getting a little older, but she still had a bunch of life left. She still had decades of life remaining in her. And how could these cowardly people take her life? Now, of course, they didn't just charge them based on that, right? These are the two students that have been charged. And we will only wait to see what happens after this. But on the right is Noble Miller, and on the left is Jeremy Goodell. And they are being charged as adults with first-degree murder. They're being charged as adults with first-degree murder. And so they're being charged based on the circumstances of the gruesome crime. They were arrested after an associate of Goodell provided investigators with social media exchange, because they were going back and forth on social media showing he had specific details of the disappearance and subsequent death. Okay, so my guess is they're gonna come out. They're gonna avoid trial. This is just a guess. This is my speculation around this. But the details included the motive for killing Graber, the planning and execution, the means to kill Graber, like why they would do it. So, why they would do it. Now, these the motive hasn't come out yet. They have not shared this yet because this is an ongoing investigation. But there were also deliberate attempts to conceal the crime. And so again, they did not elaborate on what the apparent motive was. We'll wait to know more about that. But the associate of Goodell, they showed social media communication indicative of Miller also being involved and present. Now again, Miller is on the right of this photo and Goodell is on the left. So Goodell looks like he has more involvement, but Miller was there. And that's why he is a part of this, because he was there. And so after this associate gave all this information, the investigators used these posts to obtain search warrants, because you need to have good, solid evidence before they'll give you a search warrant, or before they'll even grant you a warrant to look and to do more digging. But part of this search warrant, they went to the homes and they found clothing that appeared to be covered in blood. And when interviewed, Miller admitted to being in the park as the murder was taking place, and the provided materials utilized in committing the murder and aiding in actions taken to conceal the murder. So he helped conceal the murder. And again, no motive has been given yet. It sounds like there is a motive, but they're not sharing just yet, and no given details on what the teens allegedly discussed in the social media messages. I'm sure they're saving this for the court records. And so this case is not closed. That's why I'm sharing this. This is one of those ongoing. We'll find out more as it goes. And you know, the teacher, she's been teaching since 2012. She has been teaching since 2012. And she was at the school in Fairfield. This is a city with a population of less than 10,000 people, just barely over 9,000. And this is nearly 100 miles southeast of Des Moines, Iowa. And let me tell you, most people would be so angry by this. Family members are obviously angry. But her son, Christian, insisted in a Facebook message this past Thursday, a couple days ago, that he had already forgiven the teen that are accused of murdering an angel of a woman who was one of the kindest souls. And he says in this message, I forgive them and feel sorry that they had that anger in their hearts. There's no point in being angry at them. We should hope that they can find peace in their lives. That's what he wrote. That says a lot about this guy. That says a lot about who Nohema raised there. And so let me double check something here. Am I pronouncing Nohema Graber? Okay. And so his sister, Christian's sister, who's also Nohema Marie Graber, she said, it is clear that they need more love and light in their hearts. And she says, we've lost an absolute angel in our family. She had so much joy in her eyes and such a deep sense of faith. And even the Iowa governor says, heart goes out to the family, friends, colleagues, and students that are dealing with this tragic murder. Goes on to say, Miss Graber touched countless children's lives through her work as an educator across our state by sharing her passion for foreign language. Miss Graber, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Miss Graber, taken way too soon. And we'll see. I'm sure that they're going to be facing some prison time, because it definitely looks like these are the guys. People sometimes can be wrongfully convicted, but more will come out as the story goes. There you have it. 2 Iowa teens killed their teacher.